Hi, I'm Eric at the Thumbnail Ranch, and we're going to clean another sewer line. This is a clean out plug. Most houses have them. If they don't, there's other ways to get into it, but we're not going to show it to you on this video because this is a straightforward sewer line clean.
All right, what are our symptoms?
Washer's backed up, toilet's backed up, toilet runs into the tub, nothing in the house will leave because it all comes through this opening right here. And you see it's starting to, I've got water running in the house and it's starting to fill up this line right now. As we've been standing here, this water has been rising. Let's just let it rise up a little bit until we get it to the top.
All right now we have a half blade and we're gonna put a full blade on.
We only use a half blade. The last line we did was damaged and we couldn't get a full blade through it. The old lines are Orangeburg. Instead of being round, what they'll do is they'll squeeze down and you can't get a full blade through it. That's why we did this half blade. So we always try and start our a line that we don't know much about out with a full blade. That way we get a thorough cleaning on it. And also, see how this cable has got a little bend to it? You want your blade to go at that angle. You want it to be one continuous sweep. That way it makes the turn easier. See, if you look in the hole, it's starting to fill up now. So basically the next flush should be on the ground. Okay, see how we've got the bend in the cable right here? This allows, when the blade is bent this way, this allows this to swoop into that turn with little resistance. Look in the hole. We're starting to fill up with water now. So we're going to put this in here and keep this cable bent at an angle, just like this. And put your weight on that side, and that assures that the cable goes the way you want. You're going to go away from the house because the water's coming up in the clean out hole, so we know it's not clogged under the house. Go ahead and plug her in. Let's turn it on. Okay, we just let it feed along till it hits some resistance, and it's not going to go far. Look this way, because the sewer line's right there in the street, about 20 feet away. So we're not going to go very far on this one. My guess is it's probably those trees, and there we are. We've hit resistance. Okay, just let it chew on it for a minute. Give it a little bit of a push to get it to engage into the root. See how it's bubbling? Okay, we're through that spot. Just keep feeding it till it gives you resistance, and you just stop and chew on it for a few minutes. Okay, see how it's bubbling, but it's not dropping? Okay, let's go just a few more feet. And again, you can go through a clog and not clear it. Let's pull back and let it work that spot. We're probably about 20 feet into the line. Okay, we're having the customer turn the tub off. The line is full, and we're just going to get a soggy mess here. It won't hurt anything, it just waters the plants or the grass, whatever's around you. But we're going to shut it off until we change to the half blade, and then we're going to go back in with the half blade. Okay, we got a baby wipe here. We picked that up along the way. That's not the clog, I don't believe. It may be. You just got to let the cable stop spinning, or these things will beat you to death. Take it off and let's shove it. Oops, there's another one.
It's not recommended to flush baby wipes.
And we got some roots. Okay, they're going to be heavy enough where we're going to have to go in with a half blade and cut them out and then go back in. Okay, we were root bound with the first blade. We couldn't get it through. We're going to have to go in and cut a pilot hole. And again, remember I said make your blade sweep. Go to the back side of the clean out. And you can tell which way your cable is going most of the time by, if you put your cable right in the middle and shove down on it, it'll go the opposite way of which it's going, which is what we want. If it leaned this way, we'd be going under the house, which is what we don't want. We're going to feed in by hand because we know where the clog is. Okay, now we should be doing some business here. There she goes. Work that spot back and forth. You can feel the roots on the end of it. Back and forth. You want to hook as much of that as you can. You can feel the resistance stay right there when you're in the ball roots right there. And you can feel it. So you just stay right there and work that spot up and down. Up and down until you're satisfied that there's nothing left in that spot. Okay, now we're going to go in a little further. There's probably another foot or two down. Yep, there it is, another foot or two down. Just let it chew on it. Give it a little push. See how it's starting to drop now? Stick the camera in the hole.
I'm looking directly at the hole.
Okay, hit another tight spot. I want to pull back and work that spot again. Okay, it's a little bit stuck, which means it's probably got a ball of roots on it. You can give it a little pull, and it'll come back. You go back into that spot repeatedly. Now you see how it's starting to drain? Stick the camera in there and listen to it. Okay, we've hit the clog and it's now clear. Go ahead and turn your tub on, flush your toilet, and put your washing machine into spin. Okay, we're going to go another 10 feet or so past the clog. We don't want to go too far because we'll end up into the bigger line, which you can tie a cable up in there, and that's not fun. So basically, unless you know your line real well, you just probably go about another 10-15 feet past your clog, unless you know it's a long line, and go the length of what you know the line is going to be. We're going to pull out, we're going to put the full blade in, and we're going to see if we can get more of these roots out now. Okay. Pull the plug.
Full plug?
Okay, here's part of the stoppage. Roots and baby wipes. Roots can't be controlled, but baby wipes can. They say they're flushable. In a perfect world, everything it goes on clockwise. Just unwrap it counterclockwise. Real easy to clean roots off. Shove it in by hand. More roots, more baby wipes. They just come off backward. More baby wipes. No more baby wipes. And a plastic bag. Okay, this is what we've got out so far. This is the stoppage.
Now we're going to change it back to the full blade.
Okay, we're ready to go back in with the full blade. This is what we've got out so far. And here's a better example of how it shows you, now that the line is clear, how to make that blade go the right way. If we want it to go that way, we turn it that way, and it goes under the house. If we want it to go away from the house, we lean it that way. And a lot of times you're going to be doing this and you won't be able to see it. It'll be underwater. I've just done it for so many years. I'm passing it on. Okay, plug me in. Going back in with the full blade, and we just hit our first spot. We're going to let it bind up on it a little bit and see if it'll chew through the roots. Now it may not be roots it's fighting. Okay, this time it went through. So we're going to pull back again, hit that spot. If it doesn't give you resistance the second or third time, that means it was roots. If it continues to give you resistance, that means your pipe is probably damaged. Let's go on another few feet and see what else we get. Whenever it binds up, give it a little, let it bind up just a little bit. That builds up the torque. And pop it up, and that will usually snap the roots off. Let it torque up. See how it's binding? We're still in that same spot. It won't always go completely through, especially if the line is old, as in an older house, which most of them are. That's why they end up needing our services. Okay, here's a trick I'm going to show you. We're in that bind. We're getting into a flat spot. We're either hooking on a bad joint or the line is oblong. So if we're going to continue speeding that cable full speed, it's going to bind right there. Now here's a little trick that will get you through. Get some slack up, get some speed on it, and try and push it through in the side where it'll slip through sideways. Okay, that didn't work. So we're just going to torque on it a little bit more and see what we can find. Sometimes you can't always get a full blade through, depending on the condition of the line. But we've at least got these folks open. They just moved into this house, so they're going to have to become familiar with it. That's Orangeburg pipe, I can hear it. Okay, shut it off. Shut the machine off, leave the camera. Okay, I believe this is old Orangeburg pipe. This is something that was used from probably World War II through to the 60s, early 60s. It's tar paper, it's just rolled roofing paper. And it comes apart in layers. What it will do, instead of being round, it'll flatten down. It'll function, but you just have to be careful what you put down. Now here's that trick I was going to try and show you about. We're going to try and slide it through. Pick up some speed, give it a little push. What I'm trying to do is get that blade sideways where it'll go through that flat spot. You can have a whole line can be completely round, but the characteristic of Orangeburg is you get one flat spot and you can't get a blade through it. And that's what's happening here. We're going to try a little more to get a full blade through it, but I don't think we're going to. Turn the machine on. I can hear it. I've done this for so many years. I've done this for almost 30 years. You get familiar sound. This is definitely Orangeburg. It's hitting on the flat pipe. That blade is torquing up and it's not going to go through. If you continue to push it, you do two things. You chew the inside of it away, which makes a shorter lifespan of the line, and you also can tangle your cable up in there. So this one is open. We're only able to get a half blade through it. We'll pull her out and see what we got. We picked up a little bit before we got to the bad spot. You always want to turn your machine off before you pull the end of the cable out, because you'll have some stuff on it and it'll splatter everywhere. So it's best to just let it come to a complete stop. Let's pull out and see what we got. See how the blade is shiny? This blade was dull when it went in. That meant it's scraping on the pipe. This is what we got out. All kinds of debris in here.
And a little chain.
Yep, you just clean all this off, and we'll tell this man he's probably going to be okay, but to keep the baby wipes out of it. And he just moved into this house, so he'll have to get used to it. This might be an every 6-month thing, or might be every year thing, or depending on the habits they have, it may last indefinitely. We're done. Thank you.